Yesterday, testifying in the committee in Washington, D.C., was our FBI super god. And he wants you to know that when he first heard about the FBI mishandling of the Hunter Biden information, he found it, quote, deeply troubling. Yeah. He hadn't done a damn thing about it, but he finds it deeply troubling, which I, for one, really, truly appreciate. Let's get a couple of clips here from Ted Cruz versus Christopher Wray. Cut 14, please.
Also included on this is a text that I was particularly struck, is the Gonzales battle flag. Come and take it. As indicative of being a violent extremist militia. Well, I will self-report right now that every day in the Senate I wear my boots that have the Gonzales battle flag on the back of them.
Amen.
Director Wray, what are y'all doing? This makes no sense. Do you agree with this FBI guidance that the Betsy Ross flag and the Gadsden flag and the Gonzales battle flag are signs of militia violent extremism?
Well, Senator, I'm not familiar with the particular document you have behind you. And I'm not
can't take it.
Shut up! To comment on documents that I haven't.
Okay, stop. I am so sick of this answer. Well, you know, I run the damn place. But boy, I'm not aware of that flyer we put out to all FBI agents and saying this is what you should look for domestic terrorists. Man, I would, you know what? I find that document, now that you've pointed it out, I find that document deeply troubling. Okay, are you doing anything about it? No, but I do find it deeply troubling, I'll tell you that. The fact that you have it and it was leaked out of my office, I'm going to find that damn leak. I'll tell you that right now. Then you have Ted Cruz questioning the FBI director about an FBI special agent. Listen to this. It's cut 25.
Recently, there was the case against individuals charged with kidnapping and murdering Governor Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. That case ended up an absolute debacle where the 4 people who went to trial, 2 of them were acquitted, 2 received mistrials. None of them were convicted on even a single charge, and the basis of the defense was entrapment, that the FBI, that paid enforcements for the FBI, had suggested and had incited the conduct. Let me ask you, how many FBI agents were disciplined or reprimanded after that disastrous case and the misconduct that led to every defendant being acquitted or having a mistrial on every charge?
Senator, I can't comment on a personnel matter. I can tell you that case, as I understand it, is now pending a retrial, as I understand it.
Well, the special agent in charge of that case has now been sent to D.C., to the Washington, D.C. office, and now leads the investigation regarding January 6th. Is that correct?
That doesn't sound right to me.
That does not sound right. The name of the individual is Stephen
Doesn't sound right to me either.
It was run out of the FBI Detroit field office. And by the way, I will point out that the lead investigator, Special Agent Track, are you aware that he was apparently fired for allegedly beating his wife after coming home from a swingers party, and he'd made multiple derogatory political posts about President Trump showing political bias? Are you aware of that?
I am aware of, I think, the incident you're describing and action that was taken about it. To clarify on the first part of your question, Mr. D'Antuono was the special agent in charge of the office, the Detroit field office. It is now the assistant director in charge of the Washington field office. I thought you were asking about the agent who was responsible for the
So the guy in charge got promoted and is now in charge of the January 6th investigation.
The guy in charge of the whole Detroit field office is now in charge of the whole Washington field office.
That is astonishing.
Okay, yeah. I find it deeply troubling. We're not going to do anything about it, but I do find it deeply troubling. Listen, if you're in the FBI, you have a choice to make. You can sit around and wait for your retirement, which good luck with that. No, the government, they're going to give you all of this happy money. Oh, I bet you retire with $6 billion. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be worth about 40 cents, but you go ahead and keep your retirement while they flush our government and our way of life down the toilet. If you are an FBI agent, now is the time to choose. Are you on the side of truth and real justice, or are you just standing on the sidelines and not reporting? Are you just standing on the sidelines and saying, yeah, well, I mean, it can't get worse than this. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes. Knock, knock. Who's there? We will ask the questions here. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be good. By the way, the Democrats finally have their climate bill, which I think is, we want to thank Kristen Sinema. She apparently got her dome over the city of Phoenix for air conditioning. Oh, no, she didn't hold out for that? Oh, she was... Really? She was holding out for the elimination of that billionaire tax that was in the climate bill. So, not the climate bill. I'm sorry. It's the anti-inflation bill. So,
do you think are we going to get some blockages now from the Bernie Sanders wing? He's saying he's going to try to do something about it. He's calling it a climate suicide pact. So, if he votes for it, it'll be really interesting to see why he's signing on to a climate suicide pact. But if now the far left is saying they may bail on this, and they can only lose obviously one senator or 4 or 5 Congress people for this to occur.
Right. Of course they are bailing on it because the people who actually believe in climate change, not as a vehicle to take us to socialist town. Oh, it's great right now. The streets are alive with the sound of bloodshed. They know this is not going to do anything for global warming if you're honest. You know what is included in this bill? I love this. I love it. $20 billion to pay farmers not to grow crops. Now, when we have a worldwide global food emergency coming, and our government is going to pay farmers $20 billion so they can rest those fields. They should be rested for several years, maybe never, maybe forever, because they've been growing stuff, and they're tired. And we've just got to rest those fields forever. And I think that is money well spent. I mean, every farmer knows you have to rotate crops and you have to rest your land. Every farmer knows that. Now the government's going to pay you to do that. And when you're struggling with things like fertilizer and seeds and everything else, you're going to pay me how much to do nothing? Farmers, don't take it. Don't take it, please. America has to be the breadbasket. We are going to have to feed the rest of the world. This is suicide. By the way, just to add to it, climate alarmism is now creating a potential for U.S. food insecurity as anti-farm sentiment grows. Now, who isn't anti-farm? Seriously. Sure, I like to eat, but I don't want it coming from a farm. Whew, those places are a mess. There's cow dung everywhere. They put poop on the vegetables to make it grow. Oh my gosh, I can't. I hate farms. I like food, but damn those farmers, man. What is wrong with people? Oh, I know. The education system is teaching you to be a complete and total dummy. You should know your food comes from these farms. Yeah, I know, but climate change is so bad. It would be so much better if, I don't know, maybe 3 billion people could just stop doing this. The world would be such a better place if we could all just stop doing that. Every time you do this, you are taking and you're putting poison for all of the trees and the sky and the little bunny rabbits. And every time you do this, you're stealing the air from them. Oh my gosh. Why can't we just go back to something natural? Okay. Sure. All right. By the way, some more good news. The Biden administration, according to a whistleblower, thank you very much, whistleblowers. The Biden administration let Afghans on the DOD watch list into the United States of America while we were evacuating people. Now, that's weird because our people are still sitting in the lily pad countries, the countries that were just supposed to be housing them for a couple of weeks while we move them into new countries. But because our United States government, State Department would not, I shouldn't even say would not vouch for anybody, went to great extents to destroy the credibility of almost every agency out there that is an NGO that was saving people. All those people that were pulled out of Afghanistan are still sitting in a country that doesn't really want them. Oh, that's good. That's good. These allies, they love us. They're great, is what they always say about America now. Meanwhile, we could fly those guys in that were on the terrorist watch list. Do you not see a pattern here? Everything that is bad for America and bad for the Western world, they're doubling down on. They're importing terrorists while not letting good Christians in that don't have any part of anything of terror. People who are atheists have nothing to do with terrorists. They're sitting some other place while the United States government is flying in people that are on our watch list. Well, the good news is we'll have plenty of food to feed. Wait a minute.